So we have basically discussed about the static branch prediction issue, this one. Okay. Using and we have seen that basically just by checking the branch target address and branch instruction address, a hardware can decide that whether predicting branch will be taken or not should be better for that program. Now if I move on with next category of instruction, that is next category of prediction, that is what we call dynamic branch prediction. In case of dynamic branch prediction, as already by the name is given, that dynamically I can change my mind. I mean the uh, technique is designed in such a way that a hardware can dynamically change its mind that whether the branch will be taken or not based on the present situation. Okay. So how we can do this? So in case of uh, this particular particular dynamic branch prediction, we can explain in a with a state diagram. Okay, so we will start with dynamic branch prediction. So we can draw a state diagram that can easily explain what is the basic strategy of changing the mind of branch will be taken or not. So assume there is a state diagram. Okay, state diagram, like you see, either branch will be taken or not taken. So these are the two cases, right? So if I assume that I have two different state of mind, that is branch likely to be taken and branch likely not to be taken. Okay, and suppose I have given their name as LT and LNT, likely not taken and likely to be taken. So if I write this, and so that means I have two state of mind, right? I mean the hardware have two state of mind. So it's likely to be taken and likely to be not taken. As simple as that. Now see, one of them will be the starting state, right? Now which is going to be the starting state, it is actually decided by the hardware based on this rule: branch target is lesser than branch instruction or greater than. Okay, so assume that we are considering first case. So it's better to predict branch will be not taken. So that means the starting address will be likely not taken, and you can say that if we predict this and we find that branch is really not taken, then I will remain in my state of mind in the same state of mind. So that means I can remain in the same state of mind if branch is not taken. In a similar way, we can say that we will remain in the same state of mind for likely to be taken. For this case, we know that branch will be taken n minus 1 times. So I'm predicting likely to be taken. And if we find that really I have a branching, So I will remain in the same state of mind. So that means I will remain in this state if branch is taken. Now for the last time what will happen? I'll get an opposite one. Like if we consider a while loop, for the last case I will see that I have a branching, right? So from likely not taken, then you can change your state of mind from likely to be taken for the future cases if the branch is taken. And just opposite one is this, that you are in a do while loop, suppose, and in minus 1 times you are taking the branch, if the branch is taken, so you are in the same state of mind. And for the last time, when the branch is not taken, then you may change your state of mind from likely taken to likely not taken if the branch is not taken. And this state of mind can be useful for the other programs or the other part of the programs during execution. Now this particular state diagram has a lot of disadvantage, The reason is that, if you consider some more complex programming where you have a nested loop, you will see that only these two state of mind is not going to be, fulfill the proper requirement to be, to nullify the number of bubble present in the pipelining. Now, why it is not fulfilling and how we can improve that using a 4-state diagram, that we will learn in the next day.